All right, guys, here in example one, I am going to be showing you how to use Desmos to find intersection points. So we're not going to be doing a whole lot of writing on the screen. You'll definitely want to write down answers for your reference point, but really pay attention to how do I use Desmos. It's really simple. It's not bad. So first one, we have sine of x, sine of theta equals 40 over 70. We're told that it's going to go between 0 and 360 degrees. So that's important. You can see a picture here, and it ends at 360 degrees. So let's go over to Desmos now. Okay, and you can see on line 1, I put y equals sine of x. On line 2, y equals 40 over 70. Notice that that equals 0.57. We'll talk about why that's important in just a little bit. But first, we said between 0 and 360 degrees. So first of all, I can zoom in and out, and I can get it to 0 and 360 degrees. But a quicker way is just to come over to the wrench, go down to the y-axis, select that and type in 0, and then select the higher end and type in 360. Okay, that's going to get my window in the right spot. And I can see that I can see the whole sine wave here, so we're good. But what if I can't? So if I come back up to line 1, let's just say I put a 7 there. So let's say that the function is 7. Well, again, I can zoom in and out until I see it, but what's actually easier, again, we're going to set this x-axis, let's set this x-axis from 0 to 360, and then I'm going to notice this 7 right in front of the sine of x. Now, 7 is nice, but if I put in 7 as the top, so I'm going to come over here to y equals, and I'm going to put 7 in, I can see just the very top of this. So I'm actually going to add 1 to that, and I'm going to make it 8. And now you can see that I can see the top. Well, there's the bottom, and I can't see the bottom. So I'm actually going to come over here to the lower end, and I'm going to make this negative 8. So now I can see the whole sine wave, okay? Now, this was not 7 sine of x. This was just sine of x, which means that the number in front of sine is a 1. Now, that means it's going to be going between 1 on the top and negative 1 on the bottom. So I'm going to come back over here to the wrench. And again, like I can put in negative 1, and it's going to show me just the very bottom. But if I choose negative 2, and positive 2, then I'm going to see the whole thing there. So just kind of how that works. And make sure, again, on the bottom here that we're set up to degrees. You can see radians looks way different, and that's not what we want. We want degrees. And so that's going to be our degrees mode. So what are we interested in on the graph? Well, we're interested in where the red line intersects the green line. So we can just click next to that. It'll put a dot, and if we click it again, it'll leave the coordinates up there. And so if we click the second dot, those are the two places that I'm interested in. Now, ordinarily, I would say that we're rounding to the nearest tenth. So for example, this would be 34.8. The 4 tells me to keep it the same. This would be 145.2. The 5 tells me to round up. Okay, so that's all good. But now look at the y coordinate, 0.57. Do you remember line 2, 0.57? So notice that 0.57 on both y coordinates. And when I put a y coordinate in that is less than 1, I want to go with at least 2 decimal points. So 0.57. I wouldn't want to do 0.6 on this because that's not very accurate. So this is the information that I would come over here and put on my paper. I would put that coordinate. Okay, let's do one more. We're going to switch it up to cosine now. Same 0 to 360. So we're going to come over here, and we're just going to change sine to be cosine. So we're going to select sine, and then do on line 1, COS. And you can notice that when I put in CO, it's italicized. It doesn't look like the sign did. As soon as I put S, now it's a function, and I have y equals cosine of x. So make sure you put that in there correctly. And then it was 50 over 70, so we're going to do 50 over 70. And here are our 2 points. I'm going to click that one, leave the coordinate up there, click this one, leave the coordinate up there. And again, for rounding purposes, this would be 44.5. 4. That 1 tells me to keep the 4 the same. This one would be 315.6. That 8 tells me to round up, and that's good. And then I have the 0.71, which is 50 over 70. And again, if it's less than 1, I want to use at least 2 decimal places, so 0.71. So guys, that is what you would put on the sheet. And that's important, but make sure the process is more important. So make sure that you pay attention to how you do it. And if you have any questions in class, let me know. Thanks.